Welcome fans to Oak Park High School for the 2019 Oak Park homecoming game. This week's matchup is going to be Oak Park versus Grandview. It's a matchup that last year the Northmen lost, and they're actually away game against Grandview. And it's really a tough game. Had a couple players who were hopeful to come back, ended up getting hurt. I think it was supposed to be Najib Al-Hakim's game back, and he went down with an injury, and then also Phil Corver went down with an injury in that year too.
Yeah, and right now, actually, Colton Tistammer is not going to be able to play in the game due to some concussion injuries, and this game's definitely going to be a big game for Oak Park's homecoming, and I'm kind of just excited to see what happens.
Yeah, some really key inactives for this game is Sean Mooma is going to be out, Buna Bunafor is going to be out, and also Colton Tistammer is out with concussion. So that's definitely be a couple holes that Northman's got to fill on defense this week. But I mean, they got a deep team, and especially on defense too, where it's like high school, so it's not really in the NFL where you got certain players backing up. It's really any player can step in any position at any time.
Yeah, and any player being able to step in at times, it's really what we need, because if players go down with an injury, players go down for whatever reason, I mean, we need to be able to have depth in that, in that positions, and all positions. It's going to be a fight, on offense and defense. So I'm definitely excited to see what happens, like I said. But, happy homecoming, obviously, to Oak Park. Definitely a big thing for us.
So speaking on Grandview a little bit, Grandview's record, don't let them fool you. They're a great football team with many bodies on the field, and it being week 6, they're playing their best football on the year. They've taken losses against Kearney in overtime, and Oak Park has actually had trouble against Grandview the past couple years. There's 15 meetings, and since 1977, they're only 4-1 against the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and I feel like that's definitely a thing that could change this year. This Northman team, they're great right now. They're having a good season. Definitely better than any other seasons that we've had previously. Last decade, I mean, it's definitely going to be a great game, and I'm just definitely excited to see Blake get out there and participate and play the way that he does play. And I'm ready to see if he can get another rushing touchdown, and he's been going off with those right now lately. So
Yeah, he's I think he threw the ball pretty well against Fort Osage, and speaking and again on Fort Osage, suffered a pretty bad loss against them last week. I think they really underestimated that Fort O probably has the best D line, maybe one of the best in the state, definitely the best in the Kansas City area. So another thing too that are one of the I guess factors of this game is homecoming going to be a distraction playing on their own field for Northtown? And I would for Oak Park, and I would say that's probably completely wrong, assuming that the players, they're not really have pressure on them to put on a show. They just want to put on a show. They want to show Grandview and all the fans right here, all the alumni that's coming back, that this is like a brand new era of Oak Park football.
yeah, definitely a new era of Oak Park football, because I've never seen this many people show out for a football game, homecoming or not, and this is definitely just a ginormous crowd. Parking lot completely full all the way back, and that student section is packed.
Exactly. Yeah, the occasion, getting here early and watching everyone set up. I mean, it's really cool. I mean, watching the cheerleaders come around and set up, decorations, all the bleachers, and having music played over the top, and everyone in the in the golf carts going back and forth setting up. I mean, it's a really fun environment, and to see what the Oak Park administrators, Casey Vokalek, the athletic director, has set up here. It's really special. And yeah, speaking on the fan section, it is packed right now. Alumni on the track, as you can see. Yeah, it's just a really special night tonight.
Yeah, definitely a special night. Really special night. There's, I mean, at least a couple thousand people here. I honestly want to say, and that's a big turnout. All I really got to say at this point is, let the best team win. Especially for homecoming. We're definitely playing our heart out, and definitely hope we can come out with a win. Excite all the fans.
Yeah. Both teams are really confident going to this one as well. Logan Willman, who is we did a podcast with, we've mentioned it in other broadcasts, but I mean he wants to win every single game. I mean we went over what our expectations were and what we thought like a record prediction was, and I mean, every time I said they lost, he would have an excuse to why they're not going to lose. And here in Grandview coming in here too, they think they're going to come in here and steamroll us on our own field. So that's definitely something. Grandview's fired up, Oak Park's fired up. It looks like we are ready for the opening kickoff here at Oak Park High School. Oak Park back to receive. It's Lucas Ocker and Logan Willman. You see Logan Willman there for Sean Mooma, as we mentioned. He's out with concussion after taking a big hit at Fort Osage. But also, with that big hit, also had a touchdown pass on a nice play. So we are ready here at Oak Park.
Let's get ready for the kickoff. See, everyone's definitely ready. Everyone's ready to go and get the game going. So let's see what happens here. Here's the kick. And it'll be down the right side of the field, and Logan Woolman will let it roll out of bounds.
There's a flag on the field now, as you know, kickoffs cannot come out of bounds. So got a first look at the Oak Park offense. Some key players to watch in this one. Blake Bland is going to have to make some throws early to keep Grandview honest. Najib Al-Hakim is definitely ready for a big night. And then, once again, the Oak Park offensive line. I mean, they've been good. I think they got the surprise a little bit against Fort Osage, especially. I mean, no one's really guessing they'd have the great defensive line as we thought. We knew they were going to be good. You can't underestimate any opponent, but they were really dominant in that game. So definitely look for them to, try to maybe this is like a redemption game in front of all their fans here. So Blake Band in the shotgun, three receivers out wide. Najib Al-Hakim is in the backfield, and it's going to go to him up the middle, and it's got a solid gain right there on the play. It's Najib Al-Hakim with the first carry.
Yeah, and I love talking about Najib and the way he moves his feet. He always is running. He doesn't stop, and I always say I love that about him because that shows that he's not going to give up on the play, and he's going to continue to move his legs and try to get that the next yard and just continue on.
Yeah, he understands really what it means to be a powerful runner and also an explosive runner too. But Logan Woman in motion. He's going to go back to Najib. He's going to kick it to the outside, get a solid gain right there. I don't think it's going to gain the first down. I wish it did gain a first down right there. 2 plays and a first down, both to Najib Al-Hakim. That's definitely something that you're going to look for, is that will Najib be as dominant as he's been all season so far.
Yeah, and I definitely hope he is, because Najib has been definitely a key player in this. Blake again, another one of the key players, and them together make a great combo.
And a low snap from Blake. He's going to roll out, and he's going to throw it to Logan Willman. Is going to get the reception for a first down for Oak Park. Logan Willman, huge part of the Oak Park offense this year. And that was really unexpected on my part, as I actually talked to him before their first game against Platte County. He said he just want to get 1 touchdown on the year. He didn't get any last year. He's got 8. He's somewhere around 8 touchdowns this year. He's been a huge part of the Oak Park offense. And Blake, he's really been kind of like like a safe target to Blake, where if anything, pockets collapsing, Blake knows he throws to Logan. He's going to, give his best effort to go up there and get the ball. Blake in the shotgun, Najib behind him. The same look that we saw in the first play for Oak Park. And it's going to go back to Najib. He's going to be stuffed on that play. It's a gain of 4 or 5 right there.
Yeah, and even though it wasn't a big gain, it was still a good, solid gain, and he definitely got, he got the yards he needed. Continued to move those feet, and that's all we could ask for him. Najib, he's got a lot of heart. He was very respected. I had a podcast that we ended up doing and didn't get posted, but I talked to him, and he sounded very humble in it, and he understands that this season means everything to him.
Blake back in the shotgun. Logan Woman in motion again. It's going to be a keeper by Blake, and he's going to gain the first down and more, being forced out of bounds. But that right there is a big gain by the Northman. A really nice play, QB option from Blake Bland.
Yeah, and like I said, Blake is a mobile quarterback. I've always said that, and he's getting his chance this year with a lot more, being able to be a lot more mobile, and it's showing that it was definitely a great decision because Blake is just going off with these rushes, and great. He picked up the first down right there, and he saw it. I mean, he saw the hole and he ran. It was great, great passing.
Running play right there from Blake. It's like he's gonna look wide. It's gonna be knocked down by the. Oh, it's gonna be intercepted by the Grandview cornerback, and he's gonna take another big gain. He got blocks downfield, and I think he is not. He's gonna make it all the way. But Logan Willman, look at Logan Willman. That's big right there. That's bad on our part. Not really know what's going on. There is a flag on the field though. But what a great job by Logan Willman to track that guy down. I thought he was gone, but all of a sudden you see Logan coming downfield. That's a big play right there. But disappointing by the Oak Park offense. There's a flag on the field though.
Yeah, Blake right there. Not great pass vision, but it's all good. And he's definitely gonna come back, next time and be able to defeat him. But yeah, no, Logan. I mean, chased him down, just got him so quickly. He came literally out of nowhere. He looked like he, kicked it into fourth gear and just went off.
It might have been a block in the back there from Grandview, but it's still going to be their ball. So, Oak Park came out aggressive. Blake was rolling out to the right, was looking for. He was a Lucas Ocker on the left. It looked like he was deflected down, but he was able to grab it and run downfield. But not really what they're looking for. Once again, it's another red zone opportunity, and this was a couple games ago. They're in the red zone a couple of times. They still couldn't capitalize. So that's one main staple for this game is will the Northern be able to capitalize in the red zone?
Yeah, and definitely hope that they can get it together this game. But Oak Park defense out now, and snap will be there, and it'll be run up the middle, and he will be taken down. Look by Phil Corbin. Put his shoulder down, and that dude went down hard. Looked like he kind of got him just a little bit up in the head.
Yeah, I think Grandview's going to come with a lot similar looks as Oak Park was. They're going to run the ball a lot. They're an athletic team. You got big offensive linemen, so we'll see if it's enough to stop the Oak Park D line, who's been playing really well these past couple games. 3rd and 6. This could be another run. It's trying to cut up the hole up the middle, but it's stuffed right there. Once again, that's what we said. It's another run by Grandview back to back. So they're going to come up with a couple looks similar to that, but it's going to be 3rd and 5 right here.
Northern right there did a great job to, fix their mistake by letting that hole open. And, thankfully it didn't, come in a gain for Grandview. But, Northman right here, ready to make a stop right here. Snap, and it'll be pass off to the right side, and he will be taken down, and it will not be a first down. Northman, great defense right there on that pass.
Yeah, great play right there, 3 and out. Probably see Grandview go for it, but yeah, great job right there by the Northman defense to stop back-to-back runs. And that's really, I think they've seen a lot of those looks so far from a lot of teams is they're going to run the ball, and then the only thing they've got passing-wise is that little dump-off pass to the left, but you can tell they've been working on that in practice, and they snuffed that one out really quick. Be 4th and 5 again. He's not getting a yard on that play. It's going to be a punt back, and it's going to bounce at about the 20-yard line. And the Grandview returner, or the Grandview defender, will get it back at about the 24-yard line. So decent starting field position from the Northman, 1 yard short of a touchback, and we'll see how Blake Bland reacts from throwing that interception. I know he's a confident guy, so I think right now look for him to not be scared to pass the ball, and also definitely not be scared to look Lucas Ocker's way.
Yeah, and Lucas hasn't gotten very many looks passing, but I definitely think he could come out right here and definitely make a pass downfield. So Logan Woolman in motion, and he'll hand it off right up the middle, and Phil will be on the outside. He's still up, and he'll get about 7 yards in that game.
Yeah, no solid gain by Phil Corbin, and like running back by committee is the big thing you're going to see from Oak Park is Najib and Phil. And then every once in a while, I think against Ruskin, they mixed in Keandre Braxton, who I think he's probably going to take over the majority of the carries next year. Whenever Phil and Najib graduate, it's gonna be some big holes to fill. But I was talking to one of the assistant principals, Mike Dial, who he's really confident going into the year about key players leaving, and then also, but more than that, key players leaving, and then other players, younger players coming in to fill in their spots. Because it's great to sit behind, a key player like Phil Corbin or Najib, and so you're ready whenever your number is called. But another run by Oak Park, and a short gain. It's gonna be 3rd and 7 right now.
I think right here they're probably going to go for a pass, and probably the best decision because those two run plays didn't really work out as well as they wanted them to. But I definitely think that Northman can easily come out and make a good pass and gain the first down, and hopefully that's what we want them to do, and we want them to excite this crowd up just a little bit and get the blood flowing.
He said 3rd and 8 right here. Blake Bland back in the shotgun. He's going to roll out left, looking for Lucas Ocker, and he's going to overshoot him right there. So we said once again, he's looking for Lucas Ocker. He's not scared to look his way, not scared to throw the ball either. So disappointing outcome right there by the Northman offense. The punt team is going to come out. Once again, I'd like to see Northman defense come out with another 3 and out, but we'll see what happens right here.
Yeah, and back to punt is Nick Hoops, and actually a couple days ago before while everything was set up, he was sitting and punting the ball in the parking lot, and he was just bombing it. And Nick's got a strong foot, so I'm definitely excited to see what he can do here and how far downfield he can put Grandview.
Yeah, like you said, solid punt right there. He's not going to call a fair catch, kind of a risky play, but he is going to be tackled as soon as he caught that ball. So I really expected a fair catch right there. Probably wasn't a smart play. Is really on those plays like that, you risk either the other team getting the ball before you do, or getting blown up, and then also fumbling the football and giving up possession. But Northman defense came out strong in their first drive of the game, so definitely be looking for a lot more of that right now.
Yeah, hopefully we can see more of that Northman defense that we saw, the first 4 weeks. And, I definitely think right here will be a moment to do it again. They shut down that first drive and get the second one. Snap and be run up the middle, and he will be taken down right there by a couple Northmen. It looked like Jeffrey Banks grabbed him by the legs, though. So looks like Jeffrey will be rewarded on that tackle.
Yeah, Oak Park D-line playing really well so far. And like we mentioned before the game, Colton Tistheimer is a key and active. And, speaking more on Colton Tistheimer, kind of an undersized guy. We were really talking about how he could, or if he had any offers. And it's kind of tough, a guy like Colton who he doesn't really have most of the numbers. He doesn't have like that quick 40 or that really big bench race. No, he is a really strong guy. His play really speaks to how how kind of football player he is. And coaches are going to see that if he walks on somewhere, they're going to notice that he's really a player. But another dump off pass by Grandview. It's been taken out of bounds. No gain on the play.
Great right there. Once again, that dump off pass came, and they read it perfectly. They were right there to get him, and no gain. So it's exactly what we wanted right there, especially on a dump off pass, because in the past we've had problems not reading the dump off, and sadly, the other team running the ball a few yards and sometimes even touchdowns. But we definitely got it together this year. So snap comes right here. Snap, and looking for a pass, and he's going to run out to the right side with Northam right behind him. He's going to be taken out of bounds. Looks like about a gain of 2 or 3 on the play.
Yeah, key thing that you saw on that play was the pocket collapsed as soon as he snapped that ball. And as soon as he got outside the pocket, too, there's someone right on his tail, ready to chase him out of bounds, exactly what they did. So another really good showing by the Northmen. So that's Phil Corbin back there to receive the punt. It's tough for it to see. We're in an angle. We're not in the press box. We're kind of off to the side, right across from the Oak Park student section. But punt angle towards the sideline. It's going to be out of bounds. It looks like to be about the 38, 39, or 29-yard line, that is. What are you looking for coming out of the Oak Park offense right now, Ty?
Well, we've already had 2 other drives, and this is the 3rd one already, and it's only the first quarter. So, it's definitely already a back and forth battle, but I want to see the Northmen right here make a big play. Do I think it's going to happen? It's about a 60-40. And, right now I definitely think Blake has something that he can give us. So Logan Wallman once again in motion. He'll hand it off. It'll be run right up the middle, and that's a big gain. And he is outside and will be taken down from the back by a Grandview player. Great gain right there.
Yeah, solid game by the G. Looks like gain at 18 right there on the run. So, yeah, coaches are hyped up on the sideline. A great push right there from the Oak Park offensive line. It's like the Red Sea parting, when you got those guys on the left side of the line out there for you. So, yeah, that's big to get a run like that started for the Northmen. 'Cause I thought they might come up with a different type of look because it's been run, and then pass on the last drive. But you saw a big run right there from Najib. So we see from Phil. That's Najib who's going to get the carry. And great penetration right there from the Grandview D line. He's not going to get anything on that run.
Yeah, he was shut down basically immediately, but you know that's just a great game of football right there. The other team came right in and was like, all right, well, since you got that play on me, let me show you that I can still handle it. So, but it could have been a great run, but we're definitely excited to see what happens here now in this play. And Blake will be back to snap the ball. Logan Woman once again in motion. He'll hand it off right up the middle and taken down once again, probably for no gain.
It's back-to-back pretty bad runs right there for Najee, but instead of like a bad run, it's more of a great penetration by the Grandview D line. As we said again, they got some big guys there on that D line. It's be 3rd and 11 right now for the Northmen. What are you looking for right here? Because I mean, last third down they went for a pass, but I don't know. I think looking for another run to Najib, see if he can break something off. Is back-to-back bad runs, but I think you have enough trust in Najib where you trust that he's going to be able to pull off something big right here. It's going to be back to Najib, and he's exactly what he's going to do. Get a big run, and he's going to be down inside the 10-yard line with a flag on the field. But once again, that's what he said, looking towards Najib, back-to-back bad runs, but you have enough faith in him that he's going to get a big gain like that.
Najib, great run right there, and I mean, dude, I can't hold the excitement in. I mean, it was a great run right there. I almost jumped out of my seat, but we're on a hill and I don't want to slip and fall down. So, but it was a great run right there by Najib. He saw the hole, and once again, just like the Red Sea part, and thing just immediately as soon as Najib got that ball in his hands, it looked like everything just went exactly his way. He jumped over, one of the players that was on the ground and just continued. So,
yeah, I give a bunch of credit right there to the Oak Park offensive line. Like we said, really tough to see on the side of the field from the angle that we're at. It's one thing that we can really look forward to next year is that Oak Park is actually looking to get their own football field, just kind of like Staley has. So that's going to be huge going into next season for the morale of the players and also for us and just for the fans and everything like that. Alumni gets to come back and, see what Oak Park has become, which is huge. The culture of Oak Park. First and goal for the Northmen. It's going to be back to Najib. And he has 6 for Oak Park. Najib Alakim with the first score of the game right there. I mean, just dominance. Dominance the whole way through by the Oak Park O-line.
Oak Park O-line right there showing what it takes to make, the plays look as good as they look and make the touchdowns, that much more great. Because, that touchdown literally could not have gone if, O-line wasn't right there with the hole, the gap for the running back to go through. So kick is up, and it'll be blocked and brought down. So only 6 for the Northmen, but still, what an amazing touchdown right there. Great run, great drive. So there's 3 minutes left in this first quarter, and it's 6-0 for your Northmen.
Yeah, really promising right there from the Oak Park offense as they're able just to run it right through that Grandview D line, which, like we said, big guys that get a decent D line, good offense overall by Grandview. But yeah, big start right there, and I really want to see the Northman defense come out with the same thing that they've done all game, and that's to speed. Not give up much on the running game, and also be able to get to receivers quick. As soon as they catch that ball, there's always been a Northman right there. So, yeah, a 3-and-out right here would be big for the Oak Park defense.
Yeah, and I definitely think the Oak Park defense right here is ready for him. You know, this crowd is already, doesn't sound like it, but it's a little cold, so everyone's kind of a little down right now. But you know, definitely this crowd is ready to see that the Northmen, they've got faith that the Northmen right here can shut them down and just make something happen. Hopefully, get the ball back.
It's really cold. One of the first cold nights of the year so far, and you can really tell. I mean, it's only about like 50, like 52, maybe something like that. But I mean, compared to weather we've had, I mean, it feels freezing out here. So we are ready for the kickoff. And it's away. Let's get a squib kick. It's gonna not be a very good kick, and it's gonna be received by the Grandview, and he's gonna by the Grandview returner, who is gonna get blown up right there at about the 40-yard line. Oak Park coach is really getting hyped up on that play, but yeah, shout out to the Into Sports team right now. I mean, Miss Cope, Pico, uh, Daniel Silva, and Max Ellison, Tanner Park, Clayton. I mean, they've all. I mean, them to come out here right now, especially on homecoming. Tyler Wells too, come out, and me, Gabe Todenhausen, but to come out right here on homecoming, or you really want to be with all your friends and come out here and give you a broadcast like that. It's really big. So they go and they try to run it again for Grandview, and it's like no gain right there on the play. So once again, or gain of one right there, gain of two. But once again, Oak Park D line, Oak Park defense playing coming up huge on the run.
Yeah, this Oak Park defense, they know how to just pinch down and hold them. I don't. All I see whenever I look at the Northland defense, during a play, is that pocket is always collapsed. Most of the time it's always collapsed unless it's a passing play, and then people are going straight through those gaps. It's exactly what you want. So there's another dump off, and it would be incomplete. Great coverage right there by Logan Woolman.
Yeah, Logan Woman. That was a wide open wide receiver right there too. But Logan able to get a big hit and drive the ball away. But yeah, I think one of the main reasons why you see teams run the ball a lot more against the Northman is because how good that D line is. They know their quarterback doesn't have enough time. He's going to stand back there in the pocket. I mean, that's why when the Grandview is throwing the football, it's quick passes, dump off passes, little slants, because they know that. I mean, that as soon as he snaps the ball, that Grandview quarterback knows that they're coming for him. 3rd and 7 now for Grandview. Looking deep, another dump off, and he makes a move, cuts back to the middle, and he's going to be stuffed right there. He's not going anywhere on that pass play. There we go, Oak Park defense again. I mean, have they given up a first down yet? I don't think they've given up a first down yet. So yeah, Oak Park coming up huge so far. We'll see if Grandview tries to be aggressive, or if they go for the punting game, which I think they are going to go for the punt.
Yeah, Northtown or Northman right now just whooping the offense's tail. No first down gains for Grandview right now, and they're gonna go right here ahead and they're gonna punt it again. So punt is up and not very far, about 20, 10, maybe 20 yards, and it'll bounce back. And Grandview players will surround it and touch it and stop it right there about the 35.
Yeah, back-to-back pretty bad punts there from Grandview. So something that Northman offense has to capitalize on. They did it last drive, and I think they're looking for more of the same. It's like Phil Corbin in there now at running back. So it's again, I mean, I think Phil and Najib, they really give you some different looks on how they run. Najib is a strong runner, but I think he's a little bit faster than Phil. I mean, he's a lot more elusive, a lot more explosive. But Phil too. I mean, just overall, I think he's a strong running back, and then also I think he does a good job of using his linemen. You'll see him a lot. How he have his hand on the back of his offensive lineman and try to use the blocks to try to gain a couple of yards. So Logan Woolman in motion. It's a handoff to Blake. It's not going to be a very good gain right there. It's a gain of 2 from Phil, but I mean, we've seen so far when they have those little gains like that, they don't get discouraged, especially the offensive line too. You kind of felt like maybe they like let little brother down, when they get those short gains or when the quarterback gets sacked. But yeah, like for them to bounce back in a big way now.
Yeah, Northland right here looking to come out and make another big play, and definitely think that's an option for the Northland right now. I mean, 6-0 minute left. They score right now. Before the quarter, and I mean, 2 touchdowns in the first quarter sounds pretty good. And his snap, it'll be run up the middle for Phil, and he's still on his feet, and that'll be a first down for sure.
Yeah, there you saw the aggressiveness of Phil. You know, the yards after contact right there. It's about 5 yards after contact, and also he wasn't really running. That was just a spin that he's so strong that he can, push off those legs and still gain a couple yards. So yeah, it's a first down right there for the Oak Park Northman's going to make it 1st and 10. Phil once again in the backfield. 2 receivers out to Blake's left. It's Lucas Ocker and Francis or Viken Francois. And it's going to be another run. Bethel Corbin in a flag on the field. Decent run right there once again from Phil. Wait to see what the call was.
Yeah, I don't know really what happened right there. All I saw was, a couple players collide, you know, hiding behind like a wall of players, and I just saw people collide and kind of move. So I didn't really see who hit who first after the play, but you know, it just looked like after the play, pushing and shoving, that's completely unnecessary.
Yeah, but it is going to move the Oak Park offense back a little bit. And that's going to be, a real killer right there. You thought they had a good drive going, running the football, but that's going to make it 1st and 20 for the Oak Park offense. I think right now you might be looking for a pass, probably after, 2 runs. I mean, they've been really successful so far running the football, but with a big gain, I think you try to, cut down the gap a little bit and then give it to Najib or give it to Phil and let them go for it.
So end of the first quarter right here. Northman 6, Grandview 0, and Antioch Middle School's football team right now coming out in the field. A little show.
Yeah, last year Antioch football team actually won their middle school championship. So I mean that's a great thing to see is that the talent that's coming in at Oak Park, to beat the feeder schools like the Newmark going to Staley or the Northgates going to Northtown. It's great to see that Oak Park is going to have some pretty decent players coming in the next year or 2 years.
Yeah, I really want to see. I kind of want to see Antioch players come out sometime and practice with the high school. It'd be kind of funny, but definitely excited for the middle schoolers to come in and play. Next year, our senior year, you know, that's they're gonna be freshmen, and so they get to come out and kind of see what high school's like.
I think you'll see a couple of that class that won the middle school championship last year. You'll see them next year because this year they're freshmen. You want to give them some time on JV, let them develop. But yeah, they'll definitely be one of a couple of those guys that fill those massive holes that are gonna be left by like Colton Tishammer or Phil Corbin on the defense and the offense. Play switch is going to be run back to Phil Corbin, and he's going to be stuffed in the backfield right there. Once again, he went for the hole. There wasn't much there. That's the one thing you'll see from the Oak Park offense is that really whenever you run the football over and over again, first off, defense is going to expect it, and offensive line is going to wear down too. So you can't really expect the Northman to break off one of those huge runs each play. But it's good to kind of chip away, and try to wear out that D line.
Yeah, they want to get them tired right now, especially for second half, and Northman great with just keeping the energy. Losing or winning. Blake trying to get his players situated right now, and snap and be a pass out to the left. He'll be running upfield, and he's still on his feet and taken out of bounds. Right there, Buddha and Colton right there on the sideline hyping their teammates up.
Yeah, it's one thing you love to see is when even when they're out, they're about ready to run on the field. You can tell how much they want to be out there. But yeah, you saw Blake looking for Lucas once again, and they're going to get it back to about where they were before the penalty. It's going to be 3rd and 11 right now. Yeah, that's one of the big things is that whenever Blake usually does those rollouts and throw it towards the sideline, they really they're they're kind of out of bounds right away. Right there, you saw Lucas catch it inbounds and be able to run upfield and get a big gain right there. But once again, Blake rolling out. He's looking towards Lucas again, or no, he's looking towards Logan Willman, cutting up the middle, but it's going to be overthrown, and it's going to be fourth down for Oak Park. The punt team coming out.
It is, like you said, one of the first cold nights here for Friday nights, and definitely I feel like that Blake's arm, is definitely feeling that coldness right now. It's probably sore, probably a little bit tired, but that's what it's going to be when it's cold out, especially when it's this cold out. I mean, I've got 2 jackets on.
Cold weather really does affect every aspect of the game, throwing the football, catching the ball, and then punting too as well. So Nick Hoops once again has had a couple of good punts, and it's going to be another one right there. It's going to bounce at about the 21-yard line, and they're going to let it roll back a little bit. They're going to receive it at the 19. It's because the Oak Park defender slipped on that play. But, yeah, I mean, it rained before here, so he has an excuse. It's probably slippery out there.
Yeah, Ryan Woodson just kind of slipped right there, but it's all good. He got right back up, came off the field. But Corey Warren, on Oak Park's defensive line, he's a great talent. I mean, definitely blessed to have the talent that he has. And Corey's kind of quiet and doesn't really say much, but hopefully he can get something right here. So here's a snap and a little back to pass, and Corey right there. And it would be out. He's running out to the side, and he'll be taken out of bounds. No yard.
Yeah, no gain right there. You saw the pressure by the Oak line.